You got to get over that traumas that went into you at a young age that keep making this trauma tape keep playing over and over and over and over and over again. Some of you guys have a kingdom spouse that's coming into your life, and you want him or her to not have to deal with this. God want to bless you with the kingdom spouse. But you have to get free from this. You have to renew your mind and catch the vision of the kingdom, because the kingdom of God will be dwelling in you, in your mind. And you got to get free from this carb garbage, and you got to get free from the traumas. So thank God for fasting, because you're going to finally. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good evening, no matter what time it is. I'm so glad you're here to spend some of that time with me. I am Lady Tay, and this is Kingdom Queen Talk. I'm the Vision Queen, and welcome back, family. We got so much to talk about. And my new friends, welcome to the show. Welcome. We're talking about fasting. We've been talking about fasting for the past 2 weeks. And tonight we're going to continue to give you guys some expectations on what to expect during your fasting, and try to answer some of the questions you may have going into your fasting journey. Because guys, it is a journey. Let me tell you. You have to be prepared for this. You have to be prepared. So I'm your sister girl, your sister queen here, and I am happy to help you along with your journey, because I didn't have anyone but my husband to start, because we didn't trust anybody else to know what I was doing. We didn't want anybody to try to discourage me from it, but I knew I heard from God to do it. And you have to obey. When God tells you to do something, you have to obey. But you have to also know that it's God telling you to do it as well. So we're going to be talking about wisdom, asking God for wisdom and discernment. Because guys, you have to understand that the enemy is not playing with us. So we can't play with him, okay? You have to pray and get yourself prepared for this journey, okay? And welcome. I am here to be with you in the fight, because it is a fight, guys. It is a war, and it's a war in your mind. So, you know, I've been exposing this stuff, and I'm going to continue to expose it, but I want to get you guys prepared in case some of you are trying to start by April 1st, which is almost here. So welcome to the show. Welcome, welcome. We're going to go ahead and get started, okay? Welcome. Guys, this is Power of Fasting number 3. Yes, and what's coming after this is going to be some encouraging messages for you, you know, to help you along. But we're going to be answering some questions tonight on, you know, some things to expect, you know, and some things that I went through in my journey. If you have not already watched, please go back and watch the first 2. The last one, I have it really showed you guys the benefits that you get for being obedient to our Father's word. He has already exposed what you will go through when you fast. Scientists have found out back in 2016, I wish I could pronounce that guy's name. I'm not going to even try. But he got the Nobel Peace Prize for talking about autophagy. And autophagy is our cells renewing themselves. Our body is rejuvenating itself eating up the old cells and the old garbage and the old protein. And even actually, as you are coming down in your weight, it's actually eating the sagging skin. That's why I said last time I came down 112 pounds, maybe more. I haven't weighed myself, and I have no sagging skin. I don't have the sagging skin that most people would have if they lose or reduce their weight that much. I only been at this for 8 months, and I have no sagging skin. That's autophagy. He said that he will satisfy your desire and renew your youth like the eagle. I'm not going to go too much into detail. You got to go back to this video. But he revealed this to me back in 2019 as a promise, and I didn't know how that was going to happen. And his promises are being revealed. So you guys better start reading your word, listening to the Father during your fasting, writing down what he said, write down the vision and make it plain, because one day he's going to reveal these things to you. And I'm so excited. I'm excited for your journey. Like I said before, if I've done it in 7 months, just think of how you would be 7 months from when you start. So I hope you are getting excited. Guys, please listen to my advice. If you are already on medication, let your doctor know. Don't let the doctor discourage you. You be your own advocate. You let that doctor know, hey, this is what I'm doing. Even if you don't support my decision, this is for religious purposes. I just need you to know what I'm doing so you can monitor my medication. And they may need to lower your medication because you're healing. You're healing. Hey, you may end up not needing it after you're done with your fasting. How exciting would that be? I told you guys already, that's what happened with my husband. So you do want to have your doctor know that you're doing that in case they need to taper you down and wean you off your medication, okay? So make sure you are doing that. Like I said, this is fasting number 3. The power fasting number 3, and I'm giving you steps to do. So that is the first step. After you talk to God, talk to God first, because you need to know God is your source. He has your divine blueprint. So you need to talk to God on your fasting and how long. Then you talk to your doctor. Only share what you're doing with your immediate family, okay? Because we're not supposed to openly fast. It says that in the Bible. Second of all, you don't want nobody discouraging you from it, okay? You don't want people to get scared and try to discourage you, okay? Because they will do that. Some will do it in good intentions because they're worried, but some will do it because they don't want you to do it because they're scared of what you will become when you're done. So you have to understand, everybody is not after your best interest. They're not. As nice as I was, I had to understand that even though I was a nice person, everybody ain't gonna like you. And everybody are not gonna like to see you succeed. That's just the way it is, especially if you're a light in this world, in a world full of darkness. So you're going to have to learn that. And during your fasting, you're going to have to ask God for wisdom and discernment, okay? I'm not going to go into that yet. I will, though. I will go into that. Autophagy. The power of autophagy. So that's one of the reasons why I call this the power of fasting. It renews, detox, cleanse the body. So now we understand why some people age and look old. And some people in Hollywood and other people, some ministers you notice look really good. That's because they fast. And they'll tell you, hey, you need to fast. But they probably never went into detail on why you need to fast. Because your body is renewing itself. God created these fantastic, beautiful bodies to renew us. He never intended for us to die, get old and die, decrepit. When you read about Moses and all them, they were still climbing mountains and doing all kinds of stuff. And no, you can't just say because it was in the Bible and, no. People are still doing that. There's people that are 100 years old that's getting around better than a lot of us that are in our 30s and 40s. And a lot of them will tell you, and I've watched interviews with them, one of the main things they will say is they don't eat all day. So we eat too much, we eat too often, and we eat the wrong things. We have to start fasting, guys. If you want to live a long life, if you want to live a quality life, not just live, you don't want to just live, you want to thrive. You want to see your grandkids. You want to be able to play with your grandkids. You don't want your grandkids to see you rocking in a rocking chair. You want to be one of those grandparents that's getting out there playing kickball and all that stuff. I know I do. So you have an opportunity. You're seeing this information for a reason. God loves you so much that he brought you to this channel, to this little short lady right here that's talking all this. Hey, I may be short, but I'm like one of them little chihuahuas. Okay? Like I told y'all before, and I keep telling y'all, I am the kingdom queen with a microphone, and I'm going to use it. And I'm telling you, the enemy don't want you to know about this. He does not want you to know about this. He wants you to leave this world without fulfilling your destiny. Do it for your family. Do it for you. Write down on a piece of paper or your journal, tonight, step number 2. I'm telling you, I'm giving you steps. Tonight or today, write down why you must do this. You have to have a reason why, because I'm telling you, when you start going through the cutting process, you got to be able to refer back to this thing and say, you know what? I'm going through so much, but I did write down here that I got to do this. I got to do this. I have to, because I wrote it down. I have to stick this through. See, your journal is going to help you. This is how you're going to get to your destiny, because it's going to be days. It's going to be hard, y'all. I'm telling you, you're going to have to write down your whys on why you need to do that. Okay? I'm telling you, as the vision queen, you got to do it. So write down your whys, and write down if you don't do it, what'll happen. Because I'm going to be honest with you. If you're like 300, 400 pounds, how long of a quality of life do you think you're going to have? We have to think like this. This is how I was thinking. When I was creeping myself up to 300 pounds, I had to think about that. That was something grim I had to think about. How much longer will I be able to live in a body like that? So, we have to do it. We have to write this down, and we have to write down if we don't do it, what will happen too. Because you have to come to that realization. I'm going to be honest, you have to do it. So we're going to go ahead and get started, because I'm telling you guys, you got to be prepared. This is preparation. This right here is preparation. So write down number 1, talk to God and your doctor. Number 2, write down the vision and make it plain. And guys, you need to be ready. Renew yourself with fasting. So guys, this is where I started at. I like to tell this because someone new may come on here every time. So I like to Make sure I show my before and after pictures. This is my credit, okay? My credibility. I did this. Therefore, I can help others do this. God helped me do this so I can help others do this. This is my calling, this is my purpose, and I have to do it. So you can renew yourself with fasting. I started off at 275, and now I'm down to less than 165 now. I have came down since this picture. You are God's masterpiece, chosen, set apart, handpicked, anointed, sealed by God Himself. You are precious. You are priceless. You are unbreakable. You are diamond strong, baby. Diamond strong. I gotta tell y'all that every time because, I dropped my little vision where you are diamond strong. I have to tell you this because every week I'm sure you hearing this and that about you not this and you not that, but you're going to always get encouragement from me. You are diamond strong and you are a diamond. You are a diamond. That's why you're here. God sent you here for a reason, okay? Change is mandatory for extraordinary results, okay? During your fasting process, you're going to feel yourself changing, not just your body, but your mind, your spirit, man, going to finally be able to take control of this body and tell this body, hey, I'm in charge, okay? I'm in charge, body. You going to listen to me. You going to listen to me, body. That's what you're going to be able to do. You're going to be able to take control of your body because when you're addicted to this junk food, this carb garbage, it feels like you're out of control. You're going to finally be able to get back in control again. What a powerful thing. You're going to feel mighty because God is going to be with you and you're going to get stronger and stronger every day that you get away from this carb garbage. I'm telling you, you will. This sugar and this carb stuff is addictive, and people don't believe that it's addictive, but it's real. If my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven and I will forgive their sins and heal their land. Now, I know we all heard this during the pandemic. Everybody was quoting this scripture. I know. But one thing we did not do, most of us did not humble ourselves. We say we seek the face of the Lord and turn from our wicked ways, but it was temporary for a lot of people because they were scared. It's human nature to be scared. Yes, I was scared. We were all scared. Even if we were saying we were Christians, we were scared during the pandemic. But most of us didn't humble ourselves and seek the face of God. We just prayed, but we didn't humble ourselves. And the way you humble yourself is through fasting. I don't know why most pastors didn't talk about that. I think maybe the small ones that was in the corner churches may have did. But on a national level, we should have been fasting and praying during this thing and turning from our wicked ways because I'm going to be honest, the flesh is weak. It's hard for you to really turn from your wicked ways without fasting. Fasting breaks the yokes. Fasting and praying breaks the yokes. If you have any kind of addiction, whether it's eating food, whether it's sexual addictions, I don't care what kind of addiction it is, fasting breaks it. But a lot of us didn't know. You have to fast. That's how you humble yourself. You humble yourself by turning away from the things that the devices of the devil. That's how you humble yourself. And I'm telling you, fasting will do it. And if you're not a born again Christian, you got to get that tonight. You got to become a born again Christian. I'm telling you. Because if you're fasting just to be fasting, the enemy don't play. You got to get right with the Father. You got to get right with the Father. I'm telling you, this is one of the steps. This is the step. Step number 3, make sure you are in right standing with the Father before you even start this thing. Because you don't want to do this and you go through all kinds of warfare and you don't have the ground, you don't have the stamina by Christ to get you through this thing. And then it will deter you away from doing this. You got to make sure you are humbling yourself. Seek the face of the Lord. Go to your secret place. And you may have to get away from everybody for a while. You may have to get away from social media for a while. I didn't say this much, but that 6 months that I was doing this, I was not on social media that much. Especially the first 100 days. Because the first 100 days was very strict. I called that my elevation fast. In the first 100 days, I was not on social media. This is not a game, guys. This is not a game. You cannot play. You cannot play with the devil. You cannot play tiddlywinks. You cannot play pity pat. You cannot play pity pat with the devil. This is real. This is spiritual warfare. So if you got to make sure you're in right standing and you are doing this for the right reason. I cannot stress this enough. I'm telling you as a minister, make sure you are in right standing and you ask for forgiveness and you forgive others before you even start this thing. I'm telling you, forgive others, please. You don't want your fasting in vain. Where there is no vision, the people will perish. Wake up, Sleeping Beauty. That's why I'm here. Y'all know that's why I love to say that's my favorite line, because it's true. I am one of the ones that you will come across in your life as a destiny helper that will help you wake up onto some things that you didn't even realize about yourself. And I thank the Lord that He allowed me to be in a position where I can help other people to be able to see those things about yourself. You have to catch the vision of the kingdom. You have to catch the vision of the kingdom, because that is the better life. And the kingdom of God is going to be within you. But you have to get free from these addictions so you can finally hear from your Father and He can finally give your inheritance, because you have an inheritance from your Father. And if you're my age or around my age, you can call me sister. But if you young enough to be one of my children, like 20s, in your 20s, 25, any of that age, you can call me auntie. And I'm going to tell you, this auntie right here going to tell you the truth, okay? There's nothing out there. There's nothing out there. You're never too young for the Father to use you, okay? This auntie going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you like it is. God can use you like He used King Josiah, that was only 12 years old, and he started ruling. So just because you in your 20s and you're in college or you're high school, you're never too young for the Father to use you, okay? But you got to catch the vision of the kingdom now, because it's work that you can be doing, okay? This auntie want to help you get your inheritance. So listen to this auntie, okay? Because I know some young people come in here too. My people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. It is so true. This makes the Father upset. I know it. He put that in me to feel that. And I'm telling you, it's our job to find out this information and to share the videos with your family, okay? Don't sit on this, y'all. Don't sit on this. You can have an uncle or auntie that may be on the verge of having a heart attack or something. This information could be what can change the whole trajectory of your family. You have a responsibility. I have a responsibility to get my little tail feather on here, okay, and make these videos. But it's your responsibility to watch the videos, take note, change your life, and help change your family's life, okay? That's our responsibility, okay? Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all you're getting, get understanding, okay? So if there's something you don't understand, you have to go to God and ask Him to help you understand. And you also have me here. If you have a question about something I said, or a question about something, or you want some research or something, we're here. It's too much information out here for us to still not understand what's happening. Guys, we have to take the time to study. We have to take the time to study. And if this girl who always thought she couldn't read her whole life can take the time now to study, if I can do it, so can you. And there's too many options of books and audio books and Kindles and all this kind of stuff. There's no excuse at this point, okay? But fasting gonna give you the discipline to be able to do that, okay? Like I told y'all before, if any of you lack wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you. So any research or anything that you study, you have to make sure you talk to the Father. And the Father, His information in the Bible will help you filter out what's of God and what's not of God. Because at this point, it's so many traps out here, guys. You have to have wisdom from the Father. And I know He hates when I read this, but I do it every week because of that. I am not afraid of Him, and neither should you. He is under our feet because Christ has already defeated Him, and He is inside of us, okay? So this is also part of the ignorance is not bliss. I'm going to read this again. 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. We're not ignorant of his devices because God keeps revealing them to us. Just like He revealed to me about autophagy, and He revealed to me about sugar, and He revealed to me all these different doctors to show me this information. Because if I would have just went on a diet like I did in the past, I would have failed again. See, it took God to show me these devices for me to finally get free. This is the carb garbage, and I wish I could just write garbage right on this screen right now. I'm going to figure it out. I got one of these little Apple Pencil things, and I don't know how to use it yet, but I will find out how to use it. Okay, this is garbage. I hate this garbage now because all these years I was addicted to it, and I hate what it's doing to our people, and I hate what it's doing to our children, because I got proof. I got proof right here. Right here. I'm going to show you a close-up of it later. I got proof right here of what they did. I told y'all, they know what they did. I don't tell y'all nothing that I'm not going to show you. I'm going to show you later. Let me get through these slides. Whew. It just makes me angry to look at this because I was addicted to this stuff for so many years. And my grandmother and so many people in my family addicted to this sugar and all this carb garbage. It just makes me angry to think about it now because so many people perished, like He said in the scriptures in Hosea 4:6. So many people perish because of lack of knowledge, and so many of our young people are getting sick from this stuff now. So now all gloves is off when it comes to the children, because they are our future, guys. We have to get this knowledge so we can help them. Okay? So sugar is one of them. When you sit and dine with a ruler, note well what is before you and put a knife to your throat. If you are given to gluttony, do not crave his delicacies. That's what I was showing you, because that food is deceptive. And one of the main reasons why that food is deceptive is because it ain't food. That is not food. That is garbage. That is not stuff we're supposed to put in our bodies. Our bodies are not made to eat that stuff. They have formulated that stuff with sugar and fat and salt in such a way to make it addictive. That's not food. So I'm going to go more into that. Let me get through this fasting video. I'm telling you, I'm fired up to get back into it. I'm telling you. Because I got too much information that I got to show you guys. And these are the rulers that scripture was talking about. Where it says, sit to dine with a ruler. God revealed to me during a fast that these are the rulers. Our food comes from these people. It's not even that many of them, because we don't grow our own plants. We don't grow our own vegetables. We don't have cows and stuff like that. We go to these people for the food. But God has revealed to me that their labels are deceptive. They don't say sugar. They don't say any of that stuff on most of their labels. So you don't know what you're eating. And we got to learn, ignorance is not bliss. Lady Tay ranting again. I got another rant too. A sister of mine. Thank you, sister. Sister Nikki. We went to elementary school. Just showed me that there was scriptures they took out of this Bible. I'm going to go into that too. I'm telling you, I'm ready. I told you I might be a little short lady, but I got a mouth. I'm telling you. And he said to them, this kind can come forth by nothing but by prayer and fasting. And that's Mark 9:29. Guys, this kind that he's talking about, one of these kind is this addiction. You cannot break free from this addiction unless you fast. That's one of those kind. So it says this kind is Christ is talking about this. This is one of those kind. If you think you're going to be able to just stop eating this stuff without fasting at least a couple of days, you are kidding yourself. You're going to have to fast and pray. Fast and pray to break free from this stuff, because it's everywhere. You can't even go down the street a mile away unless you live in the country without seeing a fast food restaurant. How are you going to survive that unless you fast and pray and break free from that? See, I can go out and I can drive by Chick-fil-A without it calling my name now. But had I not fast, I would be doing that and eating there again. That was one of the places I was so addicted to. You have to fast and pray to break free from this, or it's going to keep calling your name. That is demons, y'all. I'm not playing with you. Something may have happened to us at a young age. I know what happened to me that caused me to have fear and timidity, and I turned to food for comfort. The enemy did that. You have to break free from this. This is a spiritual thing. I don't care what the world tell you. I don't care what they tell you. Even Alcoholics Anonymous, even they tell them you have to have they say deity, but we know this is God. This is God Almighty, okay? I don't care what you serve. When you come to this channel, this kingdom that I'm talking about is the kingdom of God Almighty Elohim. That's who I'm talking about, okay? This no new age, this none of that. I am a minister of the Almighty God, and I'm telling you, you cannot break free from this unless you fast and pray to the Almighty God, Creator, who created you. You have to go to Him to help you break free from this. He will break the chains. He will break the chains doing fasting. That's why this man have chain in front of him. You will finally break the chains and finally be in control of your destiny when you break free from this stuff. This stuff is real. This junk food is real. I'm telling you, I'm going to expose how they created this stuff so you understand why Lady Tay keeps saying that. It's the way they put it together. They knew what they were doing. I'm telling you, there's books I got over here with proof on how this stuff is formulated. Did you know that sugar is 8 times addictive as cocaine? And what's interesting is while cocaine and heroin activate only one spot for pleasure in the brain, sugar lights up your brain like a pinball machine. I'm telling you, that is the truth, y'all. This lady right here, she exposed all that right here in this book, Dopamine Nation. This book right here. Trying to get it close enough so you can see it. She talks about that in this book. And she had an addiction herself. She goes into detail about her addiction and how she broke free, and she talk about the addictions that other people had in there. And she talks about sugar. And I'm telling you, we're going to go deep into this book because this is real, y'all. My eyes got opened even more when I started listening to this lady's testimony and reading this book. It's a real thing, y'all. Now you understand why I'm so upset. I'm telling you, this knowledge that you get, if it don't upset you, I don't know what will. Because you have to get angry enough to want change. Change is mandatory, but you're going to have to get angry enough to want this change, okay? That's why I'm exposing this stuff so you can understand what I was going through. This is the brain, and I'm telling you, the frontal lobe go to sleep when you own this stuff, and you will finally get free where your frontal lobe will finally wake up. Your frontal lobe will finally wake up when you fast and get free from this carb garbage and this sugar. You will finally be able to think for yourself, make decisions, be able to, some of you spend all your paycheck on this garbage. You're going to finally get free and be like, hey, I actually got some money left over at the end of the month after I paid my bills. Yes, because you was giving all your money to all these junk food, fast food restaurants with all this greasy, nasty stuff. It ain't even good. And I think about that stuff I used to eat. It wasn't even that good. They making $1 billion off of us with this addiction stuff. You're going to finally break free, and your frontal lobe will be able to help you be able to save your money, and you could probably start a business or something. I'm telling you, when you break free, you're going to be shocked at what you can think of and what you can finally do and accomplish. Now, a lot of you were asking me questions about what to expect during your fasting. I'm going to tell you a few things that I went through, and then I'll go through the list here. Because you may not go through the same thing that everybody else go through, okay? One of the things that I had issues with in the beginning was I was very, very, very tired. And come to find out, the reason why I was very, very, very tired is because I was deficient and so many different vitamins from the get-go. So that's why I tell you to talk with your doctor first, because maybe you can get some lab work to find out if you have any iron deficiencies or anything like that, or B deficiency. I had a B deficiency and didn't know, but I did find out while I was fasting, was able to take supplements to be able to correct that. And I had that because I was vegan and was not taking my B vitamins. So that's why I tell you guys, when you send me messages talking about meat's not good for you and you shouldn't eat, I'm going to tell y'all what. There's B vitamins in meat, but it's not B vitamins in plants. So you have to make sure, if you're a vegan, you're taking your B vitamins. And I'm going to do a whole video about that, because it's dangerous to not make sure you have your B vitamins. B stand for blood, and you need to be able to have your blood rebuilt with those B vitamins, or you're going to have nerve damage. I had numbness in my legs because I had a B deficiency. So you have to make sure you're taking your supplements, okay? Now that is a rant for you vegans that keep sending me messages when I talk about keto, okay? So you make sure you taking your vitamins while you only eating plants. You got to make sure, okay? And that's not for everybody. You got to find out what your divine nutritional blueprint is, and don't just do it because your best friend said it's popular, okay? Anyway, so I was very tired because of that, and also I remember I told you guys about the mitochondrial cell. When you're feeding your mitochondrial cells all this junk food, that's the powerhouse of your cells. Well, if your body is not used to you eating quality food, your mitochondrial cells are not going to, it's going to make you tired when you first start fasting. So like I said, get off of this carb garbage as soon as possible. And you may want to taper down before you go into a long fast. You might want to start getting off the sugar first. And I tell this with my clients. Don't just go into the fast, because you have to wean yourself from this. This is an addiction, y'all. You gonna have a fight. Wean yourself off of the sugar first. Wean yourself off of all the carbohydrates and all the junk food first. Then maybe for a couple of days, just eat maybe like fruits and vegetables, like mostly vegetables, and go ease into it, okay? Especially if you were a junk food junkie. I didn't do that, so that's why I had those side effects. So if you don't want to have all those side effects that I just said I had, the fatigue and I had some sleep disturbances where I couldn't go to sleep sometimes. But that's normal though. You may have some issues with sleeping in the beginning, because your body is what's happening is your body is saying, hey, what are you doing? And it's giving you a surge of energy, because back when our ancestors, they had to go out and hunt and get food. So your body still have that instinct. So your body is giving you a surge of energy at night, telling you, hey, you need to go out and hunt. So you may not be able to sleep that well in the beginning, but that will fade away, okay? So don't be alarmed if you feel like, oh, why I can't sleep tonight? Why I can't sleep tonight? Read a book or something. You'll be fine. That pain will go, that side effect will go away. Yes, you will be hungry at first, but by day 2 or day 3, it'll subside. You won't have no more hunger pains, and you're going to be shocked. And then your energy going to lift back up again. So if you are fatigued in the beginning, your energy will lift back up again. You might even feel like going out walking by day 3. Okay? Yes, you will have bad breath. Because when you go into autophagy and you have what you call ketones is another source of energy that you use instead of glucose, and we'll go into deep I'm just trying to get y'all started. We'll go into the deep science later. But as you getting what they call ketones and get into what they call ketosis, that's going to help you get into fat burning. You may have a little bit of bad breath, but I wouldn't say get peppermints or anything like that because it has sugar in it. But just do the best you can. Chew on a mint or something. Chew on a mint leaf or something. And just, drink your water and drink some tea or something if you have to. I did straight water fast. It's up to you if you want to drink tea. I call it a dirty fast if you add other things to it. Just make sure you're not adding sugar or any of that, and don't add sweet and low and all that stuff. I'm going to get into that later, but that also raises your insulin, and that's the last thing you want to do when you're in a fast, because you're just fasting for no reason then. So just do the best you can, but you will have dry mouth and bad breath. But if your husband love you, he'll accept you. But my husband didn't say my breath was bad, but I did brush my teeth when I felt, because you're going to feel the dry mouth and stuff, so just brush your teeth, okay? You may have headaches, especially during the detoxing part. You may have headaches, so just be prepared for that, but it won't last long. You have to remember you are detoxing, so don't give up. Push through it. But you may have headaches. I fortunately didn't have headaches, but I hear a lot of people say that they have headaches, okay? You may have some muscle pain. I didn't have that, but you may have that. Everybody's different. You may go through a little bit of bloating. Drink lots of water. Don't laugh at me, but I'm drinking my water out of a old pickle jar, okay? It helps me stay on top of my water, so don't laugh at me. But drink lots of water, okay? I've been trying to make sure I drink all my water, because I drink a gallon of water a day. And I'm almost done, okay? I like to drink out of a glass jar personally. I don't like drinking out of plastic, but I gotta do what I gotta do right now, okay? You may have diarrhea. Some of you may go through that. I went through it a little bit. I'm not trying to get all personal, but if you do go through a little diarrhea or constipation, it's okay. It's your body trying to clean your body out, okay? All the garbage. You got tons of garbage in there. If you've been eating all this carb garbage and not really eating much vegetables and not eating real food, you got some waste in you, baby, and it's gonna come out, okay? So just be ready. Just be ready. You may want to start your fast on the weekend, okay? Because you might have to go to the bathroom a few times, and just be ready for that, okay? All right? Be ready. Drink lots of water, because you do not want to pass out. Drink lots of water. Go to the store. If you're going to fast for 7 days, get 7 gallons of water and drink it every day. Flush that garbage out. Flush it out. Don't let it stay in you. Flush it out. Flush it out. Okay? It's going to come out. You're going to see things you didn't know you would have come out. Okay? You're going to have mucus and all kinds of stuff coming out. Okay? If you have sinus things going on, that's going to come out. It's going to come out this way and it's going to come out the other way, okay? I'm just being honest, okay? Be prepared. You're going to have cravings because the devil don't want you to do this. Your body is fighting you. The enemy is within. You're going to have a war. You're going to be craving all kinds of weird stuff. You're going to be craving. First, the garbage. You might be craving cake, pies, All kinds of stuff. Stuff you ain't ate in years, you're going to be craving it, okay? Be prepared. That's why I say write this stuff down. This your roadmap to your destiny. Write it down. Because you're going to have all kind of weird cravings. And you're going to be like, hey, I ain't ate that in years. Why all of a sudden I want that? That is the enemy and you that is fighting. Because your body, your gut talks to your brain. And when that gut start going in, that gut going to start telling the brain, hey, go get us some food, okay? I don't care what you get. Go get it. Go get it. But you're going to have to say no. You're going to have to say no and keep at it. Do not give up. And if you do, get right back up. Get right back up again. Do not give up. You hear me? Do not give up. Keep going. Okay. Sensitivity to cold? Oh, yes, you will. You will have sensitivity to the cold. Be prepared. I got on socks right now. I got on socks right now. I got some cute shoes I tried to wear earlier. I had some cute shoes I had on earlier. I took these things off and put some socks on, okay? Be prepared. You will get cold, sensitive to cold, okay? That's just part of it. That's just part of fasting. That is normal, okay? Dizziness, vertigo, some people have that. I didn't really have that too much. I had it one time over the holidays. But, I think it was because of the cold weather and everything. Guys, at least you lucky enough right now that you're not fasting during the winter. I fasted during the winter, so can you imagine? You're already sensitive to cold, and then here it is wintertime. But I was not giving up, okay? I was in for the fight. Let me tell you, that's part of the cutting. Get ready. At least it's warm when you fasting, okay? You may have palpitations, okay? Don't let it scare you. Make sure you are putting your keto chow, taking magnesium, or put a pinch of salt in your water. Some people say you don't need that, but your discretion is advised. I told you, okay? You listen to that if you want to. I ain't gonna be responsible for you passing out. If you feeling dizzy and you having muscle cramps, you better make sure you taking some electrolytes, okay? Your discretion is advised, though. Don't say I didn't tell you. It's on video. I said it. I did. Some people say they don't need salt, not good for you, all that. We had salt. Our ancestors had salt. They went to the lake and they drank salt, and they had salt rocks. It was in the lake water. We are made to have salt. You need salt. Your heart needs salt. You need sodium. So if your discretion is advised, that's all I can say. If you have cramps in your legs, go get some salt and put it in your water. That means you don't have no magnesium in your system or potassium. Make sure that you are putting some salt, pink salt, in your water, or that keto chow stuff I just showed you, okay? I can't stress that enough. And some things that are not on this video, you may have some nightmares. I told you this is spiritual. This is science, physical. I'm going to tell you from the spiritual side. You may have some nightmares from your trauma. You're going to have to cast them things down and forgive and get over it. That is your body purging. That, just like I told y'all about ashes, about how autophagy, self-cleaning oven, ashes, your body's cleaning itself out and getting rid of the garbage, you're going to be getting rid of the garbage in the spiritual realm too. There's things that you've been holding on for years. It's time to let them go. We're going to go more into that in the next video. It's time to let those things go. God is allowing you to have those nightmares or those dreams from your childhood or whatever, so that you can go ahead and forgive those folks and get over it, so that you can move on with your life. Because if you don't, you're going to keep playing that thing over and over again like a tape over and over again. You're going to keep living that same script over and over again. You may notice that your relationships all end the same. And the reason why it may be a new person, but you still have the same scenario, because you are still replaying that tape of trauma over and over again. We get this tape in our subconscious mind when we're little. They call it a paradigm. Well, you keep playing that same old paradigm over and over again until you finally get healed from that trauma. You may be in a 50-year-old body, but you still got that same paradigm still playing over and over and over again. Trust me, I know. Because mine was doing the same thing. I was doing the same thing over and over again. People pleasing all the time. Doing anything and everything to try to get a friend. And then next thing I know, that friend gone and I feel empty. Over and over and over again. I had to heal from that. And that came from the trauma of that attack I had when I was younger. I was attacked by two boys that were my friends, I thought. We played outside every day together. They were two Caucasian guys, two Caucasian boys. I was the only black person in the neighborhood. I wanted a friend so bad. I was playing with them when I thought they were my friends. But one day I went to their house to ask, can they come out? They opened the door and threw pepper in my eyes. Did you hear what I said? They opened the door and threw pepper in my eyes and called me the N-word. I ain't even know what that word meant yet. Called me the N-word and told me to get the heck off their property, you N. I ran home, couldn't hardly see, crying my eyes off to my dad and told him what they said to me. And from that day, I was scared to go outside. And I sat in the house after that. And that's when the weight really packed on, because I didn't go outside no more. I just stayed in the house and ate junk food. Little Debbie Snacks never called me that word. Lay's potato chips never rejected me. The junk food didn't reject me. But people rejected me. I was the only black kid in the neighborhood. Those were my friends, I thought. But it wasn't them. It was the devil that got into them boys to make them do that. They didn't know what that was. Their parents taught them that. Do you understand what I'm telling you? There are things happen to you, you got to get over. I'm not angry with those boys. I know who it was. It was the devil. The devil got into those boys that day. And the devil is defeated. He's under my feet because Jesus defeated him and Jesus is in me. And right now I'm telling you, you got to get over that traumas that went into you at a young age that keep making this trauma tape keep playing over and over and over and over and over again. Some of you guys have a kingdom spouse that's coming into your life and you want him or her to not have to deal with this. God want to bless you with the kingdom spouse. But you have to get free from this. You have to renew your mind and catch the vision of the kingdom. Because the kingdom of God will be dwelling in you, in your mind. And you got to get free from this carb garbage. And you got to get free from the traumas. So thank God for fasting, because you're going to finally get free. Those old things you thought you got over going to come up, because I thought I was over that. But then I found out. God Almighty showed me in my dreams that I wasn't over that. And that's where it all started. That's where the people pleasing and the wanting to have a friend and all that came from. Because first of all, I was lonely because my parents moved me in a whole nother environment, and I wasn't sure about that, and I already was dealing with things with people calling me names because of my name is weird. And then that happened. That was icing on the cake. I already loved junk food before that. I already liked junk food before that because I was raised by my grandmother. I told you I was around her all the time because my mom worked and she liked junk food. But at least when I got outside and was playing with those boys or anybody, I was getting some kind of exercise. But after that traumatized me to even go outside anymore. So that's when it piled up on me. And it was a cycle that just kept happening over and over and over again. Kept trying to get friends, do anything to try to get a friend, give them my money, take money and give them to. I went through so much, y'all, I'm telling you, just to have a friend. But what a friend I got in Jesus. You will finally get healed. I no longer feel like I have to do that anymore. Anybody that want to be my friend, they have to earn my friendship. You understand? Because I know my worth. I know I am a diamond and I'm valuable. I didn't feel valuable. I felt like dirt. That's what the devil wants to do to you. Fight back through this fasting. You hear me? Now, I shared that story. I wasn't going to share it this time, but somebody needed to hear it. Fight back. Fight back through this fasting. Fight back through this fasting. Okay, we're going to go into some times that you can fast. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. If you're dealing with what I went through, you're going to have to do some prolonged fasting. This is talking about intermittent fasting. To get you there, to get you where you can go a whole day, because I'm telling you, this stuff's so addictive that you might not be able to go a whole day. You can start off by doing what they call a 16-8. Where you eat within a window, okay? Don't eat breakfast. I told y'all that the insulin is high in the morning, okay? Now, a lot of you guys are already diabetic. I understand. You're going to have to get your body used to it, though, okay? Well, you can eat within a window, okay, between just 8 hours. Go on and eat your meals that you're going to eat within the 8 hours, and then don't eat no more. That way that you are fasting at least 16 hours, okay? Or you can do a 24. This is the one that my husband does. He'll eat, well, actually he does 22 and 2. He'll eat whatever he's going to eat within the 2-hour window. He'll eat before he go to work. In that 2-hour window. And then he don't eat no more that day. That's it. Cut off. That means he'll have 20 hours of fasting. And part of that is sleeping. So at least you'll get that. If you can get through this, y'all, you'll be fine, okay? 24-hour fast. Get to where you can do a 24-hour fast. Fast 5 days, you might not get to that yet, okay? Then do 24 hours. Get the hang of the 16-8 and then the 24. and then work yourself up to the 24-hour. Go a whole day without eating, okay? Trust me, 2019, I did that, okay? I didn't even know a pandemic was coming. God was preparing me before that, okay? Then do a 36-hour fast, okay? Start your regimen. Don't try to jump all the way in. Don't jump in the hot water. You're going to be jumping right back out. Ease yourself into this, okay? But if you're dealing with addictions, ease yourself in, but don't give yourself no excuse. Keep going. Keep going, okay? I'm here. So that's just talking about the same thing I was saying. Start with 48 hours. This is explaining what happens before autophagy, okay? In the first 4 to 8 hours, your blood sugar will drop. That's why I told you, if you're diabetic, talk to your doctor, because your blood sugar is going to automatically start dropping itself because you're fasting, okay? Your doctor probably will tell you, okay, if you start feeling that, then don't take as much. But let your doctor tell you that, okay? Okay, then 12 hours, you're going to have human growth hormones. That's what you want. Human growth hormones. That's why when people be like, okay, when you fasting, you're going to lose muscle. No, you're not. Because of the human growth hormones that you're getting during fasting, it's going to preserve your muscles. I got more muscles now when I've been fasting. Why? Because of human growth hormones. I'm going to get deeper into that later because we are still talking about hormones. But it's a method. You do not lose your muscles when you're fasting. You're losing your muscles when you do these diets, eating the carb garbage while you dieting. Yeah, you lose a lot of stuff then. You losing more than weight with that. You losing your muscles when you're doing that. But not doing fasting, okay? So you don't have to worry about that. So if somebody try to deter you from it and tell you that, you already know that's a lie because I told you, and I'm going to show you the proof on that as well. 16 hours, fat burning begins. So you're going to start having fat burning begin in 16 hours. 18 to 20 hours, autophagy begins. Autophagy, renewing. Autophagy increases in 36 hours. 48 hours, human growth hormone increases 5,000. So now you know why before I break my fast, I go to the gym. Remember I told you it's a method to why I do that? I try to get some lifting done a little bit so I can take advantage of that human growth hormone, okay? Best time to build muscle. 48 hours, insulin sensitivity increases. Okay? In 72 hours, you peak in autophagy. So your body really burning it up. It's burning up all that garbage, burning up all them bad cells and cancer cells and all that. Oh yes, cancer cells too, I'm telling you. They don't want y'all to know about autophagy. I'm telling you. I am an overcomer, and I overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of my testimony. And every day I get on here, I'm going to let you guys know that I am an overcomer, and so are you. Get through your cutting process, because it is a cutting process, guys. I beat my body and bring it into suggestion. That's what you're doing when you're fasting. Least any means. After I preach to others, myself should be rejected. So as you're fasting, just remember Jate, Lady Tay, Jate, Lady Tay, the Vision Queen, she is fasting too, okay? You're not alone. You're not alone, okay? Yes, I still fast. I told you it's a lifestyle. God is going to renew you. He's going to renew you. You need to be getting excited right now. This is the slide you should be getting excited, okay? If he did it for me, he would do it for you. That is the end of my 40-day fast that I did, showing my diamond that I made it. I went through the cutting. And if you think I'm done, oh, y'all ain't seen nothing yet. I'm not done with my cutting, okay? He's still cutting me. I'm still in my cutting process, okay? It's just I'm finally seeing some results from the cutting, but you will too right away. I saw results there in that picture. So stay encouraged. Don't give up. See how nice and pristine this diamond is? The reason why is because it was cut. You're going to be cut. In many ways, you're going to be cut. Because you guys got to understand, as the weight come off, and as you heal, and as your body heal, and your mind heal, ain't nobody going to have to tell you to go walk or go work out if that's what you want to do. If you're over 40, please, you got to start lifting weights because you don't want to lose your bone density, okay? I think about that because I am over 40. I'm not trying to do it just because I want to be cute now. I'm doing it because of longevity. If you want to live long and have bone structures where you're not all curled up when you're 60 and 70, you got to start getting into some weight-bearing exercises, okay? Do it for longevity, okay? And then you get to the end and you have your diamond. You are a diamond now. And you're going to get your crown. We're going to talk about that in the next video, okay? Your crown. You're going to get your crown. That is symbolic. I'm not talking about a physical crown that I have on my head there. I'm talking about your mind. See, they call this a crown. This is a crown. Look at some physiology skeleton diagrams. This is your crown. They call it that for a reason. Okay? That's your crown. You're going to have more wisdom. You're going to have more courage. You're going to have the kingdom. If you're praying and fasting, you're going to be starting to get the kingdom of God in your brain. Pray for wisdom and discernment during your fasting, and you're going to get it. He's going to give it to you because he wants you to have it because you need it. You're going to need discernment. Where you going in your life and your destiny, you're going to need wisdom. You're going to need to know who you need to have around you. If this person is right in your life, you're going to need wisdom. You can't trust everybody. You're going to have to let some people go out of your life. Some people that act like they were your friend, but they really just around, like Jesus said about the multitudes, that someone was just only there for the fish sandwiches. You got some people that's around you that's just only want to benefit from your blessing. You're going to need discernment and wisdom to see that. Because what God is about to bless you with in the kingdom, everybody can't go. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. And one person that can't go is that old you. That's the first person on the list. That old you can't go to the kingdom. So you're going to be changing. Your crown is going to come with wisdom and glory and favor of the Most High God. So this is symbolic, okay? I'm telling you, get ready. And the devil is not going to let you go free. You're going to be prepared for this fight. I'm telling you. Don't just do it for you. Do it for your family as well. As you change, they're going to change. I already told you the testimony about my husband. When he saw I was fasting and changing, he was like, oh, I got to do this too. And this is a man that could never, ever stick to any kind of diet, any kind of little diet I would try. He was like, But he did this. He saw the change in me. And see, those who love you around you, they're going to see the change in you, and they're going to want to know what you're doing, and they're going to want to do it too. So it's not just about you. He came down 75 pounds himself and got off of his blood pressure medicine and his diabetes medicine. He is controlling his blood pressure and his blood sugar by eating the right, real food. And a lot of people was like, how can you cook your vegetables in grease and all that? Well, first of all, it wasn't grease. It was natural fat that we're supposed to eat, okay? Our ancestors did not pick their skin. And when I say ancestors, I mean men in the day. I'm not talking about this Egyptology stuff. So if you thinking I'm talking about that, just get on. I'm not talking about that. We all came from Adam and Eve, okay? I'm talking about not even Adam and Eve, because they did eat vegetables. I already know that. I know my history. I'm talking about like Noah them. They could eat meat. From that point on, that's who I'm talking about, okay? They cooked meat and they ate it, all right? And they did not worry about the fat. And I'm going to show you something. Let me make sure I got through this slide. Yep, we're done. I'm going to show y'all something, okay? Since we so worried about fat and peeling off the skin off of chicken and all this stuff, and I can't eat the fat. Why you cooking your vegetables in fat? I'm going to show you something, okay? Let me show you something right quick before we go. I'm telling you, I don't do nothing or say anything unless I'm going to show you the proof. Give me one moment. Yes, indeed. I'm finna show you something right now. Hang tight. Hang tight. Don't leave. I'm gonna show y'all something. Y'all gotta stop believing everything you see. What that say right there? What that say right there? This article right here. 50 years ago, sugar industry quietly paid scientists to point the blame at fat. So while we demonizing fat and we so scared to put a little butter on our in our pan and cook like our great grandparents did that lived to be 90 years old, and we can't even get past 60, okay? 50 years ago, the sugar industry quietly paid scientists to point the blame at fat. Point the blame about what? They downplayed, the sugar industry funded research and downplayed the risk of sugar and highlighted the hazards of fat, according to newly published article. No, I'm not subscribing to no newsletter. Here we go. I'm going to make it big. And this is NPR.org, by the way. You can look up this article yourself. The sugar-funded project in question at a literature review examining a variety of studies and experiments. It suggested there were major problems with all studies that implicated sugar and concluded that cutting fat out of our American diets was the best ways to address coronary heart disease. Authors of this new article say that the past 5 decades, the sugar industry has been attempted to influence the scientific debate over the relative risk of sugar and fat. It was a very smart thing the sugar industry did, because review pages, especially if you get them published in a very prominent journal, tend to shape the overall scientific decision. They paid scientists to blame fat for coronary artery disease when it was the sugar all along. Guys, this man right here, John Yuckin, he exposed this in this book, Pure, White, and Deadly. Let me see if I can get a closer look for you. So while you looking at my cooking videos, wondering why I cook with butter and all that, can you see this book? Pure, White, and Deadly. The classic medical expose. He exposes the sugar industry in this book. Even named the names of people like Ansel Keys. He was one of the ones that was the scientist that was telling them to that it was the fat that was causing coronary artery disease, because of Eisenhower had a heart attack. So he did a whole thing pointing it to the sugar. Pointing it to fat, when it was the sugar was killing people. And Eisenhower also was a smoker. And smoking and nicotine also give you heart disease. But they pointed it to fat, and it wasn't even a fat. Our ancestors and people for years been eating fat. But all of a sudden they pointed it to fat, and now you wonder why all this heart disease and diseases and diabetes and all this stuff coming up in the last 50 years, because they replaced fat with sugar in all our food. I'm telling you, I am exposing this stuff. I got the article right here. Right here. I'm exposing this stuff. I told y'all already I'm a kingdom queen with a microphone, and I'm going to use it, and I'm using it to expose this stuff. So before you start asking questions about why I cook the way I cook, obviously I know something, because keto saved my life. You understand? Cooking that way saved our life. My husband is not on diabetes medicine. Results talk. They discredited this man because he exposed them. Now, why would they do that? They did it because he said in this book how sugar is killing us and what we can do to stop it. This book was out of publication for us to not be able to get a hold of it. But thank God for this man, Robert Lustig, that got this book republished, so people like me and you can finally get the truth about this stuff. Do you want to know the truth? Because knowledge is what you need. Ignorance is not bliss, okay? I will not tell you anything that I cannot prove. And not only that, results speak. I could see if I was sitting up here still 275 pounds talking about this stuff and didn't have no results. I have results. I have proof. My husband is no longer on his medication because we went ketogenic and stopped eating this carb garbage and this sugar. And yes, I like to eat meat because it saved our life. We were designed to eat meat and vegetables. That's real food. And we talk about, did God like it? If you read the scriptures, they ate meat in the Bible. And when they cooked the meat to sacrifice the meat, if you go into the Bible and read, he enjoyed the smell coming up to heaven. So, I don't know. What are you reading in the Bible? So, hey, I don't apologize for speaking the truth. Somebody has to do it, and I will do it. That is the reason why I cook the way I cook. And not even to mention that my son's autistic is better. He can finally focus now. When we was eating this carb garbage, he was all over the place. So you tell me, results speak, okay? Results speak. Results speak. My results speak more than I can ever speak on this microphone. And you guys, the ones that are ready, you're going to have some testimonies that speak as well. Don't let anybody discourage you from the truth that you know. Because God will show you the wisdom. He's going to show you the devices of the enemy. And you're going to have to stand strong when the enemy and when people come against you that don't believe. You're going to have to be strong. And this fasting is going to help you get stronger. I'm telling you. Because back when I was a people pleaser, you think I could get behind this mic and talk like this? Are you kidding me? Fasting gave me a heart like a lioness. I am a lioness. You understand? I was a coward. And now I'm a lioness. That's what fasting do for you. You can finally speak up for yourself and you can finally stand up for what's right. Fasting does that for you. Okay? Fasting. Because see, I no longer worry about what people think about me. I'm concerned about what God think about me. And if He's going to say, well done, my good and faithful servant. I am a kingdom ambassador for Christ. And I have to be strong. I have to be strong as a lion. You understand? I have a vision like an eagle. I have insight, discernment, vision like an eagle. That's why I call my media company Eagle Vision Multimedia. But I have a heart and a mouth like a lioness. And that's what fasting does for you. I'm going to go ahead and let you go because it's been an hour and 30 minutes. I wanted to make sure that I went into my story about why I had to go through this as well. But I'm going to expose more about this sugar. But I had to put that in this video because a lot of these people who think they know all this stuff, you know, I respect vegans because at least you care about your body enough to do something about it. I do. But there is a reason why I had to go ketogenic, because that was my divine nutritional blueprint. And I tried it your way. And I gained 50 pounds trying to be a vegan because my addict side found loopholes on how I could still eat junk food as a vegan. I can't cheat with meat and vegetables. I can't cheat with meat and vegetables. All right? All right now. All right. And some of you hungry. You might need a steak. I'm just kidding. All right. This has been Kingdom Queen Talk. And I love you guys. That's why I work so hard to get this research out here. I don't do it just for myself because I already know this stuff. I get the proof so that you can see it, okay? Just remember, if you can think it, you can see it. And if you can see it, then you can be it, baby. You can become everything your Father has designed you from the beginning of the world before you was in your mama's womb. Become what He created you to be. You can do it, baby. He put it in you. Catch the vision of the kingdom, because it is the better life, because it's the kingdom life, okay? I'm Lady Tay. It's been a pleasure. I'll see you on the next video. Good night. I love you guys.